Hey everybody, welcome to my planner deep dive for my junior year of high school. So this is from August 2008 to May 2009, and this, if you watched my last planner deep dive, I think is what I was talking about as far as the panic planner, because the way I chose to decorate this was each member of Panic at the Disco at the time has a side of the planner. So this is Brendan Urie. I put him first because he was my obsession. I mean, yeah. And then I've got some lyrics on here, but yeah, I think some of these are from magazines, but I also printed some. Like, this is definitely from a magazine. So then the next one I've got is Ryan Ross, and I basically did it in order of my favorite band members. So yeah, this one I had a lot more lyrics. This one I've got some lyrics to, I think all these are from the album Pretty Odd, but these are like songs that Ryan had some lead parts in. So that's why I chose that. And then the next cover is John. So again, we've got some like 9 in the Afternoon lyrics. I guess that is actually from their first album, but yeah. That is actually like from the 9 in the Afternoon video, like music video, not the name it asked, but yeah. And then this is Spencer, and these lyrics are kind of harder for me to read, at least on some parts, because I used the pink Sharpie. So I'm pretty sure what I did was, I know I collaged them and put contact paper on them, but I think I wrote the Sharpie stuff on after, because that one's like all smudgy and stuff. So yeah, I was really into the guy liner stuff. So getting into the actual planner, I put Le Planner du Panique, which is the panic planner, but it literally translated it's the planner of panic. So under this, it's got my high school name, but it also, I wrote, let's see what it is. The good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. So I'm not sure if that's a lyric or just a quote, but I really love that. And then I think everything else on this page is probably lyrics. That's actually Motion City soundtrack. Panic. I heart Brinny Bear. And then I put it for my emergency contact in case of anything. Please notify Brendan Urie 1-800-panicked. Yeah. So I was a mess. I got made fun of so much for my obsessions. So I was still very much in my highlighter era. I've got my class schedule here. So I was taking early bird art, which tells you how much I really wanted to take art, because 7:30, like to choose to go to school at 7:30 as a high schooler. Yeah, that was my dedication. But I did an independent study and it was super fun. I don't know what ARP was. I also have no clue what I did this semester, because it's just like marked out. Algebra 2, honors chemistry, what possessed me to take honors chemistry, I do not know, because I am not good at science. But lucky for me, I got a C in it, and a C in an honors class counted as a B in your GPA. That was like my only C in high school, I think. But yeah, I took American history. That was a requirement. I had like a lunch, which we had like 2 different lunch periods. So, I was always like hoping I would have the same lunch as my friends. I took honors French, and then I had band, which was always 6th period, which I think that was part of why I had to do art like early. And we had SSR. I don't know. Oh, this was on Tuesdays. Okay. So this was a Tuesday schedule. I clearly did not read that. So it was silent sustained reading, which I really liked because I love to read. I'm slightly confused because I feel like I probably took English class. So I wonder if that's what the ARP is. I don't know. But yeah, I think I dropped, no, I guess I did take Honors French 3. I dropped it in my senior year. Yeah, I don't know what ARP is. I might have to ask like Sarah or Christine because maybe they remember. But who knows? It was a long time ago, clearly. So August, I just decorated it pretty much. And then it's just first home game. So I'm not sure why. Oh, because I was in band. So yeah. So I had to go to the games to like play for pep band and stuff. So this was our Open Up Wide. That was the name of one of our like field show songs in marching band, which of course cracked me up because, you know, we're high schoolers. Okay, yeah, so this whole week was band camp. I guess it says I worked 4 hours. I'm wondering what exactly I did though, as far as working. So spend the night at Amy's, that's my sister, and then work 4 hours again. Wedding. Oh, it was like some people that I went to church with that were getting married. Church move, Amy, mall/driving with Katie, Avec. I was still doing the Franglish stuff. I don't know if the work meant I was like filling in. My sister was a nanny. I might have been because I did do a little bit of that. And then Get It On in the Morning Girl. That's a song by, I cannot think of the artist, but Get It On was another one of our field show songs. And then the other one was Handbags and Glad Rags. So, which was like in between the two songs. So yeah, again, of course, like we thought it was hilarious. So more band camp. I guess we had an hour more of it. Oh no, this was like 4 hours. Okay, so if it was like your first year in band camp, they made you do 2 weeks, which for me it was because I joined band this year. So I guess I went to the mall. I watched the third, what's this, Dark Knight? Oh, I watched Dark Knight at 3, I'm guessing. Oh, I went to the Marion Mall, which that's like another town over from where I lived. And then I went to the mall in my town. My friend Katie had spent the night. I went to church. I went to my friend's grandma's house, to a park, back to the grandma's house, and then home. I guess I was sad I was going home. Let's see, what did I do? Work 8 to 4. Yeah, this is just throwing me because I didn't remember doing any kind of work in my junior year of high school, but I guess I did. Captivity at home. I am so dramatic. Shopping at Vicky's Secret. Okay, so it was like school registration, evening rehearsal. That would have been band rehearsal. Because we had marching band practice from like 6 to 9 p.m. And that was during the school year too, I think. Oh, here's, yeah, handbags and glad rags, like I mentioned. Lunch. I can't even read that. It looks like it says for Carolyn and Aunt Sarah. And I'm really confused because I had an aunt named Carolyn, but the only Sarah in my life is my friend Sarah, so I don't know exactly what that is. I was moving stuff at my sister and her husband's. I spent the night with them again. I did that a lot. Like I think I said in my last video, I went home at like 5, which I'm guessing that was p.m. because I don't know why I would have been up at 5 a.m. I went to church. I went driving with my friend. I went to the mall. We did a lot of that, I guess. And then church again because Dad being a pastor, I had to go to a lot of church. Looks like this day I got a new phone and it says again. I really was like constantly switching phones. Like I would buy one on eBay and yeah, I was never happy with the phone I had. So I've just got more lyrics at the top and the bottom as usual. I think that's probably going to be this entire planner. Yeah, it looks like it. So this was the first week of school. I was writing my French assignments in French, which makes sense, but I'm a little sad about how few of these words I actually remember. Like, I remember some of it, like cahier. But yeah, there's so much I don't remember because I didn't use it. And then, yeah, we had that marching band rehearsal. So I guess it was Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, that sounds right. We were doing charcoal and art, which I love charcoal. So I'm sure I was having a really good time with that. I don't know why I put WTF there. I have no clue because there's no context around it. So this is choose song for English. So I was taking English, I guess. I don't know what that other thing was in my schedule in the beginning of this planner, but it says choose song and then song do. So I do remember we had to write a paper about like a specific song that we picked, and I did pick a song by Motion City Soundtrack. I'm pretty sure it was Time Turned Fragile. Why I remember that, I don't know. Well, I guess I do know. My huge hyper fixation for a very long time was, and now is, again, music. So I went to Chuck E. Cheese this day. I'm not sure if that was for like the birthday party of the girls I would nanny / babysit for, but I'm guessing it was because I definitely remember going with them. And then again, I just thought like church. Graham's my friend. Like, it wasn't my grandma, it was her grandma. And so my friend Katie is the little sister of my sister's first husband, Chris. So we were like not related, but like kind of related. So yeah, we would hang out a lot, and we did go to the same church at this time. I was going to a different church than my family. Like, well, my mom and dad. I was going with my sister and Katie, but I would drive myself. So I don't know for sure if this is my handwriting or if it's Christine's. She might be able to let me know, but yeah. When it's slightly neater handwriting, I always wonder if it's not mine, because as you can see, my handwriting was a bit of a mess. So I say was, it really still is. Just kind of chaotic. I got my braces off this day, which was really exciting. I was so happy about that. I guess we had our first home game for pep band. And I don't know what I was counting down to. I wonder if it was a concert, but we'll find out. This is 7 weeks. So there wasn't really anything exciting going on in September. At least nothing I marked on this like calendar. I did, however, really like to do this like with the different colors. So I knew like when am I at school, when am I off. So yeah, I had no school, very excited, always an exciting moment. And I put that I sold cookies for band because we did several fundraisers throughout the year. We sold cookie dough, though. That was what that was. And I guess I gave up on writing in French for this day because it just says book packet crap translations. So I must not have been happy about that assignment. So this is band visuals. I'm guessing we were just working on like how our formations worked for our field show. I did notice too on this one, it said dot sheets. So we had like these, if you weren't in a marching band, we had these sheets with little dots for like where we were supposed to be throughout the field show. So just like a visual representation of the spots we needed to be in. And you don't use that throughout the year, but that's like how you learn it initially, or how we did. So again, we got 6 weeks, 5 weeks. This is looking like it's pretty much all panic lyrics for the lyrics. So this day it says media night for band. So I don't know if there was media, like, I don't know, watching us perform or what exactly that was. And then we did have a band tournament, and we got 4th place of 4 bands in our division. So yeah, I guess we did not do well that day. I really did like going to band. Like, did I call it a tournament? Competitions. Because it was just really fun to watch all the other people's field shows. I found it fascinating personally because when you're in a field show, you don't see like the overhead view of it. We would watch videos though in band class sometimes, so we could kind of see like what we were doing from the perspective of the judges and stuff. Oh yeah, it says band judge tapes. So yeah, that would have been like what we were doing, like watching the tapes. So that should be my handwriting. I'm pretty positive. But if this is yours, Christine, let me know because I can't quite figure it out. I guess our homecoming game was canceled. I'm not sure why. Because we had the pep rally, but then the dance wasn't canceled. Oh, and the game was, I guess it got rescheduled to that day. We didn't have band. Normally we would have done like band during the game, like our show, but I guess we didn't. And then I did go to a friend's house after that to spend the night, which was an unusual occurrence for my parents to like allow, but they did take me to church the next day, so I'm pretty sure they just picked me up and took me straight to church. And I think the Yaks was some sort of youth group thing. I'm not sure though, honestly. Oh, by ennui, I wrote Michelle, like from Gilmore Girls, because there's like an episode where he has it. So that's funny. Again, we did a parade and then also field show. I hated parade marching so much. It's boring to me and it's very different than doing field shows. So it was my first parade. We got outstanding drum major and then our field show got second place. So, but Marion, which was the next town over, won first place. So I wasn't happy. No, it says FS. Oh, field show. Yeah. Yeah. So they got first place. So I wasn't happy because like there was a rivalry there. I don't know what SS means by church. I was trying to figure it out, but this is what I was counting down to. Okay. I was seeing Panic at the Disco for the second time, which is why I put duh. And then there's a little acronym my friends and I created. So we had another competition. We had competitions a lot of weekends, but this one we got 4th out of 6. So again, like not the best, but it was like at a McKendree University, which is, I don't know if it's exactly in central Illinois, but it's definitely north of where I grew up. So that was fun. I do remember enjoying the competitions there. And I don't think I did anything else. Yeah, I didn't. And then I've got lyrics to I Write Sins Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. Looks like we had no school this day, and I marked that I slept until 10, which was a big deal back then, but it's definitely not anymore. We had senior night for our home game that we played at, and then there was the college homecoming. I wrote quarantine with a smiley face, and I don't know at all what that meant. I think there was a movie called that. I might have watched that movie. Possibly. I'm not sure. I think there was a movie named Quarantine that I watched with my brother, but I could be wrong. And again, I had no school this day, so it looks like I went shopping. I did some scrapbooking, slept till 11, so that was definitely later. I'm surprised my parents let me sleep that late, to be honest. Because my mom was a teacher, so she probably would have had the same days off as me. And my dad was a pastor, so he was home a lot of the weeks. Like he he did work, but he would work from home. So I guess I had a play this day. I don't know why I wrote these out of order, but I went to a play, I'm guessing, and then Maddie's party at 1. I don't even know who Maddie is. I don't remember being friends with someone named Maddie, so who knows? And then this was the day of the concert, and I am pretty sure it was the Rock Band live tour. So they had like a rock band, like the video game tournament before the concert. And the artists were Panic at the Disco, Dashboard Confessional, The Plain White Tees, and there might have been another one. I think there actually was another one. And it was the first time I went to what is now called the Enterprise Center, but back then was the Scottrade Center in St. Louis, which is where the St. Louis Blues play. So we were like on the floor. We had like general admission, like pit tickets. So that was exciting. And I'm shocked my mom let me go because it's on a Sunday, and I'm sure I didn't go to church that day, but I'm sure I negotiated for it. Because I did miss church some with my band competitions too. So again, we had no school. I went to another like marching competition, and then I had a Halloween party, which, we did a Halloween party. So this was like an overnight trip because it was a few hours away in Missouri where the competition was. So we stayed in a hotel and we had a Halloween party. So we all like brought costumes and they gave out some band awards and stuff like that. It was a really fun time. And I remember there being a little bit of drama of like boys aren't allowed in girls' rooms and girls aren't allowed in boys' rooms. And, you know, people were breaking the rules and like getting in trouble. And yeah, it was a time. Then I guess we came home that day. Oh my gosh, I've got a Happy Bunny sticker. If you remember Happy Bunny, let me know. So looks like I went to camping again this weekend. So we'll see what went on there. I also marked election day, which I'm guessing we were talking about it in history class because I wasn't old enough to vote at this point. But yeah, I did mark it. So it doesn't look like there's really anything going on throughout the week this week, but I did leave to go camping this evening, and then I was there Saturday, and I guess I left at like 8, I'm guessing at night. Not sure why I left early because I didn't really write any notes here on like the camping situation, but yeah, I guess we left. And then I did go to church that day because you know, anytime I wasn't away for a band competition, my mom was like, you gotta go to church because I missed so much of it. So I did put Folia Deux, which is a Fall Out Boy album. I mean, it's also just a saying in general. But yeah, that was the day that album came out. I'm trying to see what else I wrote with it. I wrote in French, but it looks like it's in December 16. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means at all. Or maybe that's when the album came out. Let me look real quick. Maybe it was like announced or something. Oh yeah, okay. So that was when I guess the announcement came out of like when the album was going to be coming out. So makes sense now. I have a lot of notes for this. Oh, so this was the day that I was working on preparing to do an art project with, the basis was Panic at the Disco lyrics. So I wonder if I still have it because I have a lot of my old art stuff, but yeah, that was a fun one to do. Not sure it actually turned out how my vision was, but I did do it. And then we had a band day at the university again, or I don't know what was different about that one, but it might have been some sort of like band camp situation. This day I had no school, so I hung out with Amy, Scrap and BK and Blockbuster and Money Tree. Okay, Dollar Tree. I don't know what Scrap is. And then I hung out with Jesse, which I dated him on and off from sophomore year to part of this year. I don't know, like, the timeline. I don't remember because I really didn't write as much about him in my planner as I thought I did. I don't know if that's telling, but so we went to the mall, we went to the theater, we went to Family Video. This is so funny, like the video stores, Little Caesars, Walmart, and his house. So I guess we went a lot of different places. But it seems like we basically hung out the entire day after I was done hanging out with my sister, rolling on the floor, vacuuming the bed. If you have seen or watch the 9 in the afternoon video by Panic at the Disco, you'll understand like why I put that. It's very silly, but yeah. French, I don't even know. So I guess I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. This could be Christine's handwriting, potentially. I put concert like every single night for band, so I'm wondering if we were just like preparing for the concert, because this night it says jazz band concert, but who knows. I took notes, but they're not all coherent. Oh, we played Jeopardy in chemistry. Let me know if you did like a form of Jeopardy for studying in any of your classes, because I feel like we did that a good amount in different classes too, and I don't know, it was kind of fun. So we had Thanksgiving break here. I put Ignite at 6:30. I don't know what that is. So I had church this day, and then I worked on the tree lot. We had a Christmas tree lot that we sold trees for as a band fundraiser, and so there was like this little shack we would stay in when there weren't customers there. It was so cold. And then I guess I went to the town over and I got some Dairy Queen, not sure why. So yeah, I've got a few things in December. Pep band, we did a parade, Christmas concert, more pep band. So this day I went to, I actually don't know, because I put band concert, and then I can't quite read all of that. But then behind it, it says home basketball game. So I don't know if we had a game and then a concert, or if I did one or the other. I'm not sure. But we did what's called the Lights Fantastic Parade. So there is a parade typically in the first weekend of December in my hometown, and everybody has some sort of Christmas light thing. It's really pretty and it's fun to watch, but being in it and playing trumpet with the metal mouthpiece when it's December was not a fun time. We did have like Christmas light things. Like I think I put some lights around my trumpet, so that was cool looking. But yeah, the actual parade experience was kind of not the most pleasant. And then I went to friend Maria's. Then I guess we went to Garfield's, which was a restaurant. I forgot that was even there because that's long closed. I went to church, and then I begged my mom to go to family dinner with my boyfriend Jesse that night, and she let me instead of going to night church. And I think I talked about it in the last video. I might have, but I'm 100% positive this is the one, because I said I left early, that I like found some texts on his phone and found out he'd been like kind of cheating on me, and so I like sobbed the entire way home, and it was not a good time. So that was the last family dinner. It was like a friend thing that I went to. The first and last. So this week looks like just a typical week. Nothing really exciting going on. We had our winter band concert. Folie à Deux came out this day, which I was obsessed. And we had finals, because that was, you know, what we did leading up to our Christmas break. I went to like a youth group Christmas party, and then I got stuck at my friend Graham's house. I'm guessing there was like a snowstorm or something. Then I went to a couple of parties. So I went to a party at a friend Maria's house and then a friend Melanie's house, and I went shopping for a Secret Santa. I don't know what party that was for, but then we had a game this day. Looks like we hung out after pep band, so I don't know who that meant, but it might have been, I don't know if it was Jesse. I don't know if we were talking. That relationship is a mess, but I mean, this was high school, so. Then I went to a friend Portia's birthday party, which I'm pretty sure that I did spend the night for that one, but she lived like down the street from my mom, so I was able to do that and then still go to church the next day. So then we have Christmas break, which of course was very exciting, but apparently I didn't do anything, or I didn't mark anything that I did for the first week. And oh goodness, missed a page. So into January, we had more of Christmas break. The school did call it winter break, but I was clearly calling it Christmas break. Yeah, I have no clue what I did. I'm sure there was family stuff, but I didn't mark anything. I guess I didn't deem anything important enough to mark. I just wrote Jesse here, so I'm guessing we talked. I don't know. I watched the movie Fight Club this day, which I love that movie, and book. And I'm pretty sure my brother showed me that. I had youth group again, which this was at like the church I was going to, the same one my sister went to and all that. I guess I went bowling this night. So I'm not sure if this was the time where I went bowling with Jesse or if that was another time, but there was a time I went bowling with him and some friends, and everybody was like making fun of me, which I think it was all in good fun, but honestly, I don't know looking back. But my score was a 21, so I am really bad at bowling. But I just leaned into it. So I'm counting down again to something, 3 weeks. Again, probably a concert. I had youth group, watched Gilmore Girls with my brother. He, for a little bit when he was watching it with me, he was like, oh, it's because Lorelai's hot, but he really just likes the show, and like, it's just a well-written show. And he admits that now, but at the time he was like, not. Again, wondering whose handwriting this is, like if it's mine or not. Also, the little clock, the lyric is, so our marching legs are marching clocks, and the little clock is so cute. I love that. I feel like that might have been a Christine thing, so I don't know if I drew that. Now I've got a 2-week and 4-week countdown, so I don't know what that is. Also, it looks like I wrote something here and crossed it out, so, oh, I think the countdown, I might have had it on the wrong day of the week. 1 month, yeah, I have no idea what all we're counting down to. Some of this might have been, like, one of the things might have been my birthday, but I'm not 100% sure. And we had no school this day. I went on an art field trip. That was really fun. I had a good time at that. And this orange highlighter is honestly kind of painful to try and read, but that I'm 100% sure Christine wrote. Sarah's 17th birthday was that day, which means mine was coming up very soon because we're 9 days apart. We had no school because we had sleet and snow. I was stuck at home though, because my mom's driveway is like, I can't really show it on camera, but it is like a ginormous incline. So we could have gotten down the driveway, but we couldn't have gotten back up it. So she wouldn't let me go anywhere, which, like, understandable for safety reasons, but I was very frustrated and like cooped up because all my friends were hanging out and I couldn't because she didn't have a flat driveway. So yeah, we're counting down to my birthday, I'm pretty sure. So I turned 17 this day. I had 2 birthday parties, I believe, this year. There was a talent show, which I did not participate in, but I did watch it. 2 months till something. Birthday, I don't know why it's spelled like that. 17, but okay. So I had a family party this day, and then I watched Gilmore Girls with my brother again. I had a game, and then this was my birthday party that my sister threw me. So she was living like with her husband at the time. elsewhere, but it was still like really close to my mom's house. So she threw a party. I think she called it like Laurel's R-rated 17th birthday party or something. I don't know. It sounds a lot more dramatic than it was, but I dressed up as Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I think it might have been like Laurel's R-rated Disney princess birthday or something. I don't know. I'd have to look it up on Facebook. I'm like 100% sure there's still a photo album of it. But I dressed up as Ariel, and so I was wearing this green dress, and then I had a purple bra I wore over it, which of course was like, I thought was so scandalous. But church the next day. It says sick Jesse, so I'm guessing he was sick and not at school. I don't know if we were back together at this point. We probably weren't, but we were probably just like dating but not dating. Because anytime we would break up, he would like start dating another girl, and then eventually would break up with her and we would start dating again. Yeah, it was a mess. Again, potentially Christine's handwriting. I'm just trying to figure it out because like I wrote a little bit more neatly with the highlighter for this stuff than I did in pen, but this just doesn't quite look like my writing. So these are lyrics to Karma Police, which is not a Panic song, but Panic at the Disco covered it on their first tour, which I have a DVD of still. So that's why I have those there. It doesn't look like I did anything. It says speech leaves, and I don't know what that means. But I guess I was sad about it. And then here I put Jesse returns. So he must have like been out of town or something. Honestly, I have no clue. 2 months until whatever the heck I was celebrating. Oh my gosh. Jesse's smiley face ring. Did he give me some kind of ring? Oh my gosh. I don't even remember that. Oh boy. This is Christine. This is 100% Christine. Yeah, that's mine, but all of this is Christine's handwriting. Alone time. I'm not sure if I was just like home alone that day. Why that was like a monumental thing, I don't know. And then we're at March, 3 months. I don't know if I was counting it down to a concert or like the end of school, but I feel like school would have been over. Okay, so I wrote Sean's face with a frowny face. I'm not sure what that was. I do remember who Sean is because he was in a band with Jesse. So I dated Jesse. Sean was a really close friend who I also kind of liked. And then I wrote Jesse Rash. I don't know. And then Jesse Smiley Face, Barnes & Noble and Walmart and Burger King. So guess we had a little hangout that night. And I had a half day. I wrote Jesse here, and I don't know if I didn't go to this like music ensemble thing, or maybe he was at it and I wasn't. I have no clue. So then I went to Kentucky. Church and finish privilege shopping. I don't know what that means. I don't understand why, so I have spring break here, and I wrote notes on this. Christmas break, I wrote literally nothing. But then, I've, watching TV with my sister, reading magazines. I highlighted the book Invisible Monsters, which I read, which I love that book. It's still one of my, top favorite books. Room plans, I'm guessing that was for reorganizing it. Flickr pics, oh my gosh, that was a website. So this day I went home from Kentucky, from my grandma's. That's why we went to Kentucky. My mom is from there, and her mom and a lot of her siblings lived there. A lot of them have since died. And then we have super sectionals, which that's band related, but I don't remember the specifics. And then I guess it rained. I don't know why I wrote rain smiley face. I'm wondering if maybe I was hanging out with Jesse in the rain or Sean. Who knows? At this point, my romantic relationship life was like a mess. So I wrote Smart People. I'm guessing that was a movie. Sour Punch Straws. I mean, I loved them, but why is that worthy of marking? I don't know. Final Fantasy X-2, and then I had a sleepover with I don't know who. Yeah, I'm not sure. I went home from the sleepover, played more Final Fantasy X-2, which I played that with my brother. Looks like this week I have Eleanor Rigby lyrics by the Beatles, so that's definitely a switch. I have no clue what. Oh, Watchmen. That says Watchmen. It took me so long. So I guess I went to see the movie Watchmen with Sean, and then Victoria's Secret, something about a poster. Gloria Jean's was like a coffee place in the mall with Marion, who I was friends with at the time, and her and Sean were like a thing. I have no clue, like, at this point what the situation was, because I clearly wasn't writing specific details. But I put Sunset Spot, Polyvorhor, Shawndale is what it looks like. That and then Sex Drive, that was a movie that came out. I'm guessing I watched it, but all this stuff was on Sunday. I just didn't have like a space to put it. I think this was with Jesse. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. And then I was job hunting. It looks like I was doing a countdown. It's really hard to see because it's in silver gel pen, but like 3 weeks, 5 days, 3 weeks, 4 days. So, and I have the lyrics to Maneater in here. I did not realize how explicit it is, but so this day, I guess I redid my room. This day I was hanging out with Jesse, and his car like broke, his tire rod or whatever. It says fight-ishness, so I guess we kind of had a fight, and then I got a haircut. We had All-State Pep Band, which was a 2-day thing. I'm still counting down to something. And again, I did it in gel pen. It's actually easier to see this one on camera than it is in person, but Christine writing lyrics again, I think. I guess I helped Jesse with math, and then download the Spill Canvas CDs. Oh my gosh, I literally, at the day I'm filming this, I saw the Spill Canvas in concert last night, so that's really fun timing. Then I had like youth group, and then I spent some time with Jesse. I don't know if that was the time he went with me, but might have been. And then I guess No Church and Abby dies. I'm not sure if that is a person or if it was like one of our hermit crabs. I'm not 100% sure. And then I got my wisdom teeth out this day, so that was obviously a rough day. I had a really bad time with my wisdom teeth removal. Okay, that's Christine's 17th birthday. We went to the Bamboozle Roadshow. Okay, I forgot about that. Brendan Urie turned 22, so of course that was important. And then Miranda was one of the girls that I would watch sometimes. She turned 5. Jessie turned 17. I guess I was going to Sarah's on that day. I think we did like practice ACTs this day. I can't read that. I'm not going to try. I went to a birthday party, prom, and then my friend Katie was 16 because she is younger than me. Oh yeah, I had to go home early this day because I like ripped a stitch in my wisdom teeth stitches, so that was crappy. And I couldn't play in band, of course. This is 1000% Christine's handwriting. I am positive about that. She wrote that, Christ 17. And I wrote organizational contest. I don't know what that means. Anybody's guess. Okay, so I was dating Jesse officially, but I broke up with him, or he broke up with me. Honestly, I have no clue. We took turns breaking up with each other, so who knows? He was not at school, which, you know, we were broken up, but of course I still like wanted to see him because, yeah. And then I had a sleepover with my friend Melanie. I went to the Bamboozle Roadshow this day. I don't know who the bands were at that, but I could probably look it up on concert archives because I'm kind of curious. I might look it up for myself. So then this was Miranda's birthday, which was also Brendan Urie's birthday. And then Jesse's birthday, I hung out with him, and I guess I watched a movie with him and hung out at the mall. See, this is what I mean. Like, we were broken up, but like, it was a mess. I went shopping with my sister. I watched Cabaret with her, and I guess I was putting the accent aigu on her name, even though like her name is spelled the French way, but she doesn't have that like on her name legally. So hung out with Jesse again. So I don't know what I was doing. We had the Day of Silence, which if I remember right, that was like for LGBTQIA plus, like that community, and allies, which at the time I did it for like allyship because I wasn't out at the time. Then I hung out with my brother. We watched Dragon Ball, Gilmore Girls, had McDonald's. I hung out with Sarah and, Christine. And I guess, yeah, we had a half day. That was probably, you're probably able to tell it already. I put Sean hugs. So, yeah, I guess that was maybe when I was starting to realize that I liked him. I watched Die Another Day, which is a James Bond movie with my brother. And then I wrote Let Go Jesse and Gilmore Girls with my brother. So like Jesse was like, oh, we're going to get back together, you know, eventually. And I was just like, no, like this is like, we're done. I'm not getting back together with you. Like there was just so much back and forth for so long. But to be fair, like to his credit and mine as well, like we were clearly still hanging out. So like that's confusing. I put Jesse smokes. I was clearly unhappy about that. I'm not sure if that meant cigarettes or something else. I watched a French movie with my sister. Oh, okay. So this would have been my 4-month anniversary with Jesse. I put 5 unofficial because I think we were like hanging out but not dating the month before that. So Bandemonium, that sounds fun. I don't know what it was, but some sort of band thing, I guess. So I put prom without Jesse with Sean. So I had promised Jesse when we got back together this very last time that I would go with him to prom no matter what. Now, mind you, when I promised this to him, he had another girlfriend. He said he was going to break up with her and that he wasn't like as into her as she was into him and all of that. But like, you know, that was clearly a mess of a situation. So then he was upset that despite the fact we broke up, I wasn't going to go to prom with him. But I was like, we're not a couple. Like, I know I said no matter what, but I didn't think we were going to be broken up. So yeah, I didn't go with him. I went with my friend Sean as a friend at the time. Cause he was like kind of dating this girl, Marion, but she was way younger than us. I think she was a freshman this year and Sean was a senior. So she also wasn't like allowed to date. So it was just a whole thing. And we had a really fun time. Sean was like, I'll go with you, but I won't dance. And so I was fine with that because we had a like casino themed prom and they had a bunch of gambling stuff. Like it was with tickets, obviously not real money, but I basically played roulette all night and I had a good time. And then Sean, I'm guessing I hung out with him on Sunday again. We had some days off school. I'm guessing those weren't planned though, or I would have made them blue. There was graduation, Memorial Day. Katie turned 16 that day. We had jazz band night, but I guess I didn't go to that. I'm not really sure why. I put too many tears. I am guessing they were about Jesse. So Sean was like, I'm going to like kidnap you. Like, you know, he just like picked me up and was like, we're going to go do stuff because I was sad and all of that. And so we went to Dairy Queen. We went to like Kohl's, the mall. We went to the park. So we just had a like fun day together. And then the next day I went to church. I had lunch with Katie and her then boyfriend Jake, who I really didn't like. And then I shopped with, I'm guessing my sister and then Katie's mom, it looks like. So we had a music banquet this day. I don't remember going to that, but I'm assuming I did. I watched Wolverine and I had McDonald's and Beat Echoes of Time. All of that I'm pretty sure was with my brother. I watched The Uninvited. That was definitely with my brother Mike. I watched Almost Famous with Jesse. I really need to rewatch that movie, but yeah, I forgot we watched that together, but I definitely didn't realize that we watched it after we were broken up. Oh, high school, Laurel. Oh, goodness. And then I guess our spring concert was canceled. This was the seniors' last day of school. My brother-in-law Chris's graduation was this day, and I am really not sure why I didn't put this in here, but we had what is called a derecho. They initially called it an inland hurricane, but then they had to change the terminology because Midwest insurance does not cover hurricanes. So it was similar to a hurricane, but inland, it was like a wild situation. Like this, oh, I did write test/inland hurricane. Okay, so this day, like they took us out of business and tech class was the class I was in at this point, and we were like sitting in the hallways. I remember there's water, like rainwater coming in through the floor, like into the classrooms, and it was really scary. So that would have been why the concert was canceled. But yeah, it was a scary time. Like we had cell phones, but it wasn't like the same as like now. So I don't know if I was communicating with my family or not, but I remember Sean took us from school. I didn't ride the bus. Sean was like driving us around town, and we had to take an extremely long roundabout way to get to my friend Maria's house because there was no power. There were like trees in the middle of the road, so a ton of roads were blocked off, but there was nothing marking that because it had just happened. So yeah, it was just a wild day, and I wanted to stay at Maria's because her parents had like a gas stove and stuff, but my mom was like, no, I need you to come home. She was freaking out, which understandably so. She wanted to see me and make sure like I was okay. So yeah, this day, his graduation was outside because of course they couldn't do it in the auditorium inside because there was no power or anything like that. So it was a very unusually hot May, and I wore this like tank top with a weird crisscrossy back, and I got such bad sunburn, and I had the weirdest tan lines for like months after that. But yeah, that was quite a time. We had no school, and this so yeah, that was the last day we had school canceled because school finally had power. So this day I went to school, and I remember being so stressed because I was like, seriously, I have to go back to school, but I don't have power at my house. So how am I supposed to do homework? But then when I got back from school, we did finally have power. So I did not mark it, but during this time period, I did go to my grandma's house because my mom and sister and I were like, we can't deal with this. So we went to Kentucky, stayed with my grandma. She had power because she, was not in the same area as us. And my brother and my dad just toughed it out. I can only imagine. Oh my gosh. And then I have Britney Spears lyrics here because Brenda and Yuri covered that song. So that's why I put them there. So there was a senior trip that day. I'm sure I didn't go on it, but I'm guessing I was just marking it because like Sean was on it. Star Trek, I'm guessing I just watched that with my brother. I visited my friend Kyle in the hospital. I don't know what happened, what he was in the hospital for. I don't remember, but I don't know if I mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but Jesse, Kyle, Sean, and a guy named Clint were all in this band together named Steve, which I sort of broke up. Like, I think it would have probably broken up when Sean went away to college because he was a year older, but since I kind of I dated Jesse, I kind of had a thing with Sean at some point, which I just don't know if it's really like in the planner. And then I never like dated Kyle, but we were like talked, So yeah, this day I visited Kyle with Sean and Steph, and then I hung out with Jesse again. Like why I was hanging out with Jesse still, I don't understand. It was graduation. I was really sad because all my senior friends were graduating. I don't know if I talked about him in the planner before, but like Ben, who was the guy I was talking about, like sneaking out to hang out with and stuff, he was also a senior. And then I had church and I watched the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. Ooh, I've got Lyrics by The Cab. I love them so much. They're so good. Their album Whisper War is just amazing. So I went to Victoria's Secret with my sister and a friend, Nicole, and then we had Panera. I watched the movie Collateral with my brother. We watched a ton of movies together. Oh my gosh. I put mourn.jess. Okay, so cuddles. So I'm guessing that means morning cuddles with Jesse. And then there's the little like O.O face. So I don't know what the situation was, but there's that. So I went to church. I shopped with my mom. We got like clothes, I guess a swimsuit and a bed set because we were still like working on redoing my room. 1 hour photo with my brother. So I'm guessing we got some photos developed, which that makes me feel old. More Lyrics by The Cab. I interviewed my brother for a school project, which was really interesting. It was fun to do. Looks like I cleaned for my mom. Okay, and I was moving stuff into my room. So I don't know if this was when... I don't know if my brother was moving out or like what the situation was with me moving bedrooms, but it says refill water tubes. I forgot I had a water bed for a while until it eventually popped while like in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. That was not fun. But it had tubes. It wasn't like a full on like just a solid thing. So I went to Amy's, my sister's, and we watched the special features of The Princess Bride, and then we watched Penelope, which I'm guessing is a movie as well. I don't remember that. Sleep on New Waterbed. That thing was kind of annoying, to be honest. But I think it was a hand-me-down from my sister. And then I put Devil's Advocate. I'm guessing that was a movie again. Don't know for sure. My sister turned 23. We went to the theme park Holiday World, which is a place in Indiana. And it's kind of like similar to Six Flags vibe, but it's its own thing. Then I went to church and I watched Panic Room with my brother because they referenced it in Gilmore Girls. So, of course. Okay, so yeah, thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. I'm not really sure why I used an expo marker on this page, but I did. So some favorite things about this year is the Rock Band Live Tour and having a million classes with Christine. So Christine definitely wrote a lot of this. Least favorite things, a few classes I didn't have with Christine, where I see myself in 10 years. I'm pretty sure it looks like I wrote something, but Christine wrote still on the corner. Either Christine or Sarah. I don't know. That handwriting does look a little bit different. It also says something about street corners there. So yeah, I don't know. My favorite teachers and classes, all those with Christine. Any teacher that reminds me of Christine. My favorite activity, or my activities and hobbies, stalking, and it does say Christine, but I guess I crossed it out. Standing on my corner, the activities that lead to, and I don't know what it said. My favorite books and movies and TV shows. I did write Panic, it looks like, and then Christine wrote her name, and I guess I crossed it out. I must have been getting annoyed. Gossip Girl, Motion City soundtrack, Katy Perry. I don't know what RBL is. Oh, no. Yes, I do. Rock Band Live. But then I put like a frowny face because Christine will get the meet and greet and I'll be jealous. And then she wrote So Deserving. So she was in this like fan club and they did a random draw of like who got to meet Panic and she got to, which was like so cool. Honestly, I love that for her. She was so deserving. But at the time I was annoyed. So good that she might get to. Okay, yeah. So that page is a mess. So my sister's husband Chris went to LA, I guess. I spent the night with her, a couple nights. My cousin died this day. I got a new phone. I don't know what all that would have been. We did have to make up some school time, which is why I was still going to school in June because of like having so much snow and sleet, and that used up all of our days, and then we had to miss school for the storm as well. So I was not happy about that. At this point, I was counting down to the last day of school. So I don't know why intensity is written there, but it says Sarah's woohoo school is over party 1:45. That's not my handwriting. And then I put in the middle of summer, which is a lyric. Hang out with Cowie, 5-minute hug. That was Sean. I called him Cowie. Don't ask. I don't really remember how it started that I was calling him that. I don't know what that is about my brother, but we played Kingdom Hearts 2. I guess I bought it and started playing it, or my brother bought it and we started playing it. Panera dinner, and then I called like an art teacher that was going to give me private lessons. And then we swam this day. I think that was maybe at Sarah's, but it might have been Melanie's because she had an indoor pool and Sarah had an outdoor pool, but I don't remember when she got it. So Melanie had a murder mystery party and Sarah was the murderer, which is so funny. Like, I didn't remember that. Then I worked in my church nursery this day. Triumphant. I have no clue. That was probably some sort of church thing. Or Triumphant Trumpet. I don't know. I went to a cookout and then Kingdom Heart 2. And that was my junior year of high school. So yeah, the stuff with Sean, like when we were like actually officially dating, which was like 2 weeks before he went to college, would not be in this planner, and it would not be in the next planner just because of the timing of it. So we hung out, we were good friends, but then yeah, we did eventually date for a couple weeks. But hope you enjoyed this mess of a year. My whole high school experience was a mess, but I feel like that's probably not that unique. So if you watched this, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know not a lot of people watch these videos, but I hope those of you that do enjoy them. They make me laugh, so that's why I keep making them. But if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.